Hello, my name is Reagan, and you're listening to my daddy on Babbling with Bill.
Hello, Babbling with Bill fans. Bill Bernardoni here with you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. Sorry for the delay in getting episode 2 out there. It's been a little hectic at the Bernardoni household, just a little hectic. And very excited to bring you this episode on a variety of different topics with my guest, Tyah Roberts. Tyah is a survivor of the Parkland school shooting. She's the co-founder of the March for Our Lives movement, an ambassador for United States of Women. She's on the executive council of Team Enough, a project of the Brady campaign. And she's here today to talk with me about the I Can Help Delete Negativity #Digital4Good 4 event. You can learn more about the I Can Help Foundation at icanhelpdeletenegativity.org. That's icanhelpdeletenegativity.org. I'm going to stay tuned after the interview with Tyah Roberts for some additional thoughts on gun control and a whole lot more. This is Babbling with Bill. I'm Bill Bernardoni. My conversation with Parkland survivor Tyah Roberts is next.
You're listening to Babbling with Bill. Be right back.
I'm so pleased to be joined by Tyah Roberts. Tyah is a survivor of the Parkland shooting. She's a co-founder of the March for Our Lives movement, an ambassador for United States of Women. She's on the executive council of Team Enough, a project of the wonderful Brady campaign to prevent gun violence. And she's here today to talk about the I Can Help Delete Negativity Digital for Good event. Tyah, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to join me today.
Thank you for having me.
So what is this Digital for Good event? What's it all about? Tell my listeners about it and how they can get involved.
Right. So the Digital for Good event is taking place in San Francisco September 15th. I believe it is hosted by Facebook. And essentially I will be mentoring a young prodigy who won a contest. Basically, they came up with the best idea to really use social media and technology in general to push forward what they believe is an important issue in our society.
It is an important issue in our society, a very important issue. Online bullying is something that's been going on for a long time, and it's become more prevalent recently with the president. The president has taken online bullying and harassment to another level, in my humble opinion. And even worse, he's made people think that that type of behavior is okay. Agree? Disagree? Thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely believe that this president and this administration in general have kind of taken a very negative approach to using social media. It can be useful in many ways, as you've seen. Definitely the movement that I helped to foster in these past years has been extremely helped by social media.
Yes.
But that this administration has definitely taken it and made it something that, quite frankly, many people can fear. Mm-hmm. Because it's just nothing good has come of it when it comes out of this administration.
And being civil on social media, talking to people with a respectful tone that you disagree with and not just attacking them personally, it's something that this president and this administration has done a lot of. And it's not just him. It's both sides. Both sides do it, but it's become more prevalent under this administration, and it really does need to stop. And thank you for being a part of this #Digital4Good event put on by the I Can Help Delete Negativity 501c3 organization. I think it's September 16th, #Digital4Good at Facebook. So the organization you co-founded, March for Our Lives, has just unveiled a bold, I think is an understatement, new proposal for gun control legislation. Briefly, if you don't mind, outline what the plan entails.
Absolutely. So this peace plan was put together by us, for us. It is for citizens of the United States, anybody who is living here that wants to make a safer America. We're tired of the gun lobby creating this conversation around guns. Mm-hmm. We, as survivors of gun violence, want to take that narrative back. So what we did with this plan was not only did we make it bold and audacious, we set audacious goals. With all these policies, actually, we expect that if they're implemented, we can cut gun deaths in half in 10 years, which would save about 200,000 lives. And so not only do we have those bold plans, but it's intersectional. So we're not just focusing on mass shootings. We're focusing on everyday gun violence. We're focusing on suicide and suicide prevention. And we're definitely focusing on community-based solutions because we understand that gun violence isn't, it's a symptom of injustice. And so how do we get to the root causes of that injustice?
Exactly right. Exactly right. And there's a lot of parts of your proposal that are bipartisan. The NRA is weaker than ever. Even some members of the Republican Party, which I used to belong to, have come and are waking up finally, years and years and years and years later, but they're finally starting to wake up and realize that something needs to be done. Congressman Adam Kinzinger came out in support of universal background checks. Peter King, of all people, came out in support of banning assault weapons. Pat Toomey, Lindsey Graham, Rob Portman, Mike Turner have all said they're open to reform, mostly the red flag laws. What are your thoughts on those?
Well, of course, I am happy for any and all support. As you said, the peace plan it's not a Democrat policy. It's not a Republican policy. This policy is for everyone who wants to stay safe and stay alive in this country. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing more than ever that that's not true for all people. It's not true for anyone. You can't even walk out of your house and be safe. So I'm glad for the support on some of our policies. And I would say to the people who, say, well, I don't agree with some of them, so I'm not going to subscribe to the peace plan at all. It's okay to not subscribe to our plan specifically, but I challenge every politician, make your own plan.
Yep, exactly right.
We have to do something.
You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Something has to be done. This has to stop. 70+% of Republicans agree with universal background checks, raising the age, taking guns away from those from where they don't belong, a longer waiting period. These are common sense solutions. There's nothing wrong with any part of your plan, and Washington needs to work together to come up with a proposal that can be passed and stop worrying about the NRA and stop worrying about losing your job and do something. People are dying and something needs to happen. Plain and simple.
Exactly.
Well, Tyah Roberts, one more time, where can my listeners get involved and find more information about the Digital for Good event?
Definitely. #Digital for Good. You can search that up on Facebook and you will get loads of information. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening.
Tyah Roberts, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to join me today to talk about this. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
You're listening to Babbling with Bill. Be right back.
Really enjoyed that conversation with Tyah Roberts. You can follow her on Twitter at XOTyah, TYAH Marie. At XOTyah Marie. And again, the I Can Help Delete Negativity Foundation, icanhelpdeletenegativity.org. The #Digital for Good event, the number 4, Digital for Good. September 16th at Facebook. More information, again, icanhelpdeletenegativity.org. And such a wonderful organization that does a lot of good. I hope you'll help them out and get involved in the Digital for Good event on September 16th. So a few quick things. First, on social media, online bullying. Something that I have, over the past few years, been abiding by. And that's when I write a tweet, when I write a post, and I do this for all posts, I hold off on hitting send on everything that I post for a while. And that's because of a few reasons. One, I don't know how I'm going to feel in 20 minutes. And when you post something, it's there. It's not going away. It's not. When you post something, it's there for good. And I abide by that. So I think long and hard before I post anything. So do that. Take some time. Take even just a few minutes and say, okay, are there any consequences with posting this? This is something the president should abide by as well. So that's why you won't see a lot of tweets. You'll see some retweets, but you're not going to see a lot of tweets. You're not going to see a lot of postings on my Facebook page, except of my children, to be perfectly honest. So think before you post, and don't go on the personal attacks, because it doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't. It doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't make you feel better. There's no good that comes from that. There's no good that comes from attacking someone online or bullying someone online, even if you're angry with them. There's nothing good that comes from that. And set a good example for your kids. Set a good example for your kids. That's it. I'm off my high horse. Set a good example for your children. Think before you speak. Think before you post. Take a few minutes. Think about what you wrote before hitting send. So now on guns. Real quick. Now, personally, I don't have that many issues with the March for Our Lives gun control bill. Gun control proposal. I honestly don't. I don't have that many issues with it. But I'm not an expert on the topic, and that's my rule. I listen to the experts. So, are you an expert? Listening out there, tell me what you think. Why I'm wrong to say that assault rifles should be banned. I don't see the point to it. I don't. I honestly don't see the point for assault rifles to be legal. I don't. I don't see the point to it. But if you disagree, tell me why I'm wrong. Because I'm very open to being wrong on this. Tell me what you think needs to be done. And don't tell me nothing. Because something has to be done. There's no question about that. So, I personally don't have any big issues with the March for Our Lives proposal. Do you? What do you think of banning assault rifles, raising the age of purchase from 18 to 21? Do you support it? Do you not support it? Why or why not? Next week, I don't know what the topic's going to be next week, but we will have an episode, so stay tuned for that. You can follow me on Twitter at Bill Bernardoni, BERNARDONI. And I will talk to you next week. This is Babbling with Bill. I'm your host, Bill Bernardoni. I will talk to you again very soon.